One thing I've realized about finding car insurance quotes is that the time that you are looking for them matters. So I'm going to give you guys a few hacks on how to find the best prices for car insurance. Number one, when you're looking for car insurance, make sure that you're looking on a private browser. Because for some reason, when you're looking on the normal browser, everything is a lot more expensive. Well, in terms of like car insurance, plane tickets, etc. So when you're looking for car insurance, look on a private browser. And me personally, I find the cheapest quotes with Money Supermarket. I've never ever found cheap quotes with comparethemarket.com. But hey, everyone has a different experience with all of those websites. But I would say start with Money Supermarket. Another hack. When you're looking for car insurance, look early hours of the morning. It's a drag. But hey, if you look for car insurance at around 6 a.m., 6 a.m., oh, you're finding the cheap insurance. And again, I don't know why, but that's something that these websites tend to do or whatnot. And finally, when you're looking for car insurance, search for car insurance earlier in the week. So on like Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. I found that when you look on those specific 3 days, I get the cheapest quotes than if I'm to look later on in the week, more towards the weekend. Try these hacks out and let me know if they work. And if there's any other hacks to finding cheaper car insurance, comment below because I could do with some of those myself. If you enjoy my car content, like, save, share, and follow me for more because I'm going to keep coming with them.
Okay, so everybody wants to know how much insurance my daughter, who is 19, barely got her license, is paying for her Dodge Challenger. I forgot what year it is. I think it's 2017. 2017, right, Cheech?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, oh my God. Let me tell you, first of all, it's more than a car payment, a brand new car payment. More than a brand new car payment because, oh my God. You guys could just imagine how much it's going to be, right? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys. Anyhow, it hurts to even say the number. It hurts to say, guys, $588 a month. Can you believe that? Close to $600. So we're thinking she's gonna do full coverage for maybe a whole year, and then see from there, is it worth it? I mean, what do you guys do? How much do you guys pay? If you're a young adult, how much do you pay for your car that you barely got your license? Not even a year, not even 6 months, people. Not even 6 months. So how much is your insurance and what kind of car do you have and where are you from?
If you're trying to commit insurance fraud and you get me as an adjuster, if you get Vashon as your assigned adjuster, just cancel the shit. Dog, I'm trying to get a promotion. I don't give a fuck about your Honda, your Kia, or your Ford 1500 because, baby girl, we clock them every time. Sorry, I clock them every time. Every time. You have to wake up you have to crush your car pretty good to get me to not catch that shit.
So let's talk car insurance because this scam, and I don't know what these people smoking, but listen, I've had my car for not even 3 years. I think September, October, something like that. It'll be 3 years that I've had my car. And my car insurance has increased 3 times. The renewal just started this month. How I go from $180. Now, granted, we added the house to the insurance, to my insurance policy, right? So it took it down for like 3 months. It took it down to like $180. Now it's renewing and it's gone up to $232. Like, who y'all insuring? Because I don't have no tickets, no accidents. I haven't. And I don't know. I haven't had a ticket since I was 20 something years old. I've only had 2 tickets my whole life. And accidents, like the last accident I was in, it wasn't my fault, but I saw somebody else say it doesn't matter whose fault it is, your insurance is going up. But nonetheless, my driving history I should have a $5 insurance policy based on my driving history as far as I'm concerned. But the fact that it keeps going up, like what y'all determine that on? Because you can't be determining it off of our driving. And I know for everybody to be talking about this ain't Atlanta, since I had to comment on somebody talking about Lithonia ain't Atlanta. Since everybody talking about this ain't Atlanta, why in the world I'm in Covington paying for people who drive in Atlanta? Because that's what they gonna tell you. Oh, the driving rates, they're going up, or the insurance premiums are going up because of the people driving in Atlanta. Well, this ain't Atlanta according to everybody else. Baby, I live in Covington and far out in Covington. If you come into my house, you meant to come here. You ain't just dropping by. So I don't understand. These insurance premiums and all of it is a scam anyway. And I really don't know what y'all be smoking. I really do not know, because everything going up. Everything going up, but our paychecks for real. Like, what are we doing? So now I'm going to go find somebody else, because I had USAA. I had them for a long time and it was just fine. I had USAA. Then they went up and I was like, yeah, quit playing with me. So then I went to Allstate and they were cool. Now I'm finna go, I don't even, it can be backwoods car insurance. I don't care what they call it. But what I know is this insurance going up and up every chance they feel like it, because that's what it feels like y'all doing. Because you're not basing it off of nobody's driving history. Let me go find me some insurance that I don't even use no way.
Yo, why I just get my insurance knocked down from $240 to $150? Call my insurance company and tell them that I'm gonna be looking for other options. This man knocked my monthly payment down almost $100 and knocked my deductible down $1,000. Before I was paying $230 and they just sent me a new premium for $240. So I'm like, I'm gonna go look for something else. I call him to tell him that. I'm a little irritated on the phone too. He like, I hope I can make your day better. This man put some numbers in. My deductible was also $2,000. He got it down, my monthly payment down to $150 and my deductible down to $1,000. And I was just the happiest person. Like, I'm only 23 years old, so I never thought I would be paying $100 something for insurance while being under 25. Calling people, tell them you finna cancel and see what it do for you.
What's up with it, family? So lately we saw Russ Flips Whips, one of the most successful car sales influencers, is leaving the car business to do social media full time. We also see AMG Jared is leaving and he's going to do it with him. And it make you think, is car sales really that bad? Now we know car sales is an up and down ball game. One day you can be here, one day you can be there, one day you can be here. So right now, in today's time, I feel like you have three options, or you have three avenues. You can be really good in sales, be okay on social media. You can be really good on social media, be okay in sales, or you can do a combination of both. Now, I do feel like once you start doing social media and you start loving it and you start getting sponsorships and making real money from it, I do think in your mind, you think, do I want to continue to sell cars? Even though selling cars is more than likely why most of us have our, TikTok brand or our, IG brand or our Facebook brand, whatever it may be. Car sales was the avenue to put us in a position to create content. But once you start seeing real money, I'm not saying, $1,000, $1,500, which that can be, a good start. But once you start seeing $5, $6, $10, $15, $20,000 in social media, I do think it puts you in the mind of, hey, do I really want to take this serious? Do I want to leave the car business alone? Because we know car business, it can be, a lot of hours, a lot of time for your family, and it could be stressful. It can really mess your mental up. But also social media can mess your mental up too, because you're being very transparent and putting people into your personal life. So I don't, me personally, social media has been a great avenue for me, but I still love the car business. If something was to happen to where this really takes off and put me in a different, different different brand or a different, tax bracket far as just being in social media, then it would dawn on me to be like, hey, do I really want to take this more serious than what I've been doing? And also, you have to look at it too. What's your goal? What's your end goal? If you're selling cars now, do you want to be a GM? Do you want to be a sales manager? Do you want to be a finance manager? What is the goal for you? And if the goal is really not clear, then it would be a good thing to probably try something else. So, it's good to see people, leaving. A lot of times you say if you leave, you'll be back. We don't know. But, I wish success to everybody out there, no matter if you're doing it in the sales, if you're doing social media, if you're doing both. It's a lot of room for all of us to win. It's a lot of room for all of us to grow. And, never be too big or never get too big to where you can't be a sponge and continue to soak up the game. But, we going. Bye.
I just got off the phone with an underwriter at a bank that confirms that the car market crash is coming. And you shouldn't take advice from me because I have a bikini bottom shirt on. But listen up. I submitted a customer this morning to get approved for one of our vehicles on our lot. We had an automatic decline, so typically we'll call in and get a manual approval or a push through with an underwriter at this specific bank. This underwriter was a bit chatty today, so she gave me a little bit of behind the scenes of how bad the bank was doing and how high their auto loan delinquencies and car repossession rate has been sky high. I'm talking about this is the all-time high for this company. Let me post a clip.
I mean, that's the thing. Always these crazy rates and the high cars from the auction, and it's been a lot.
Yes. But so you're saying your repo rates have went crazy, right? Like all the delinquencies and repos?
Oh yeah, they were crazy.
Probably the highest it's ever been in that company, hasn't it?
It really has, and it wasn't your lower FICOs. It was at 600 customers.
Oh my God, 600 customers. That's crazy. So, that proves my point is the fact that, that people just don't have money nowadays. Like it's a situation, even if you got decent credit, you got to make a decision between rent, and insurance has been crazy high. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these insurance quotes. We're talking about, 3-4 times what people paying for insurance. So.
Oh yeah, my insurance I had a wreck this year. My insurance went up to $675 a month. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel you. So anyways, we go on and we just kind of talk about what I've been seeing as far as customers coming in. And I've been explaining to her that the same thing that the bank is seeing with these crazy loan to value deals, crazy sky high interest rates, crazy sky high inflated cars that have been sold these last couple of years are starting to eat up into this disaster that's waiting to happen. What did everybody expect to happen? Sky high insurance rates for vehicles. I'm talking about 2 to 5 times more than normally what people pay. Crazy interest rates for these bank loans that have been signed, sealed, and delivered. And then also super high inflated vehicles that have been sold these past couple of years. I'm not fear mongering at all. I'm not trying to spread fear. I'm just saying that if banks are starting to feel the pressure from all these auto loan delinquencies, and she even confirmed that it wasn't your low credit profiles that were auto loan delinquent or they were getting their car repossessed. It was people with 600 plus, even into the 700s. We later talked about those things. And this is a pretty big bank. So scary times coming. This just confirms that my suspicion of, people running out of money, eating to their savings, and the car market, even though it's a very small subset of our economy, is going to play a major role into this car market crash when it comes to all three of those factors: insurance, auto loan rates, and the actual cash value versus what was lent out over the asset in the vehicle. Scary times coming for the car market industry, and the bank just confirms my suspicion about the car market crash. So, yeah.
This app is going to be what sends me to hell, because why was I just watching a video and this lady is crying and breaking down because she got a $2,700 bill from Mercedes-Benz for her car and she can't afford it. And she's like full on tagging Benz like they did something wrong. Like a $2,000 repair bill is not cheap as fuck when you think about that Benz is out here sending people $10,000 bills every day for bullshit and it's getting paid. Like, she's like, they wouldn't do a goodwill gesture. Why would you think that Mercedes-Benz would do something out of goodwill? Like, why would you even think that was going to happen? And you weren't getting your oil changes done at the dealership. You couldn't afford to get your oil changes done at the dealership. You knew damn well you couldn't afford to get that car fixed at that dealership either. Just tell the truth. Then she's like, I depend on my car. I drive this car every day. That's why your fuel injector's fucked up. Because everyone knows what a Benz or any type of foreign car, you don't drive those cars every day. They're not made to be stop and go cars. You drive those cars on long distances, actually. They're not meant to be your everyday commuter car. But like, even if it is, bitch, why are you crying about $2,000 that you gotta pay on a Benz? Whoa. Y'all gonna send me to hell because I'm trying to be a better person. I really am. Then I'll be seeing shit like this.
Stop reading the legacy media and actually do your research, man. The reality is that Tesla had to shut down 4 factories across the world. And you now have people who may not want to buy the car, but you also have a lot of people who would have never touched a Tesla are now getting into one. And the sad thing is that actually the people that were attacking a lot of Tesla owners and are still doing that are attacking the same base politically of owners. Most of the people that bought Teslas are left-leaning, and the people that are attacking these cars are left-leaning as well. So do you think that those people are going to want to continue to be on that side politically after getting their cars attacked? Again, people that bought these use their hard-earned money, and it wasn't a political statement, and you're attacking private citizens. You have no idea why this person bought a Tesla. It's absolutely insane.
The new survey finds many people who bought electric cars are having trouble with them, even more issues than gas-powered cars. The best choice now may be a hybrid. Every year, Consumer Reports surveys hundreds of thousands of its members, asking them simple but important questions. What problems have they had with their vehicles in the past year?
Everything from the engine to transmission issues, leaks, paint and trim problems. And with EVs growing in popularity, we ask electric car owners about battery and charging issues. And then we can crunch those numbers to calculate the predicted reliability of new and also used cars, almost every car in the market.
Lexus and Toyota took the top spots for brand reliability, followed by Mini, Acura, Honda, and Subaru. And while EVs are growing in popularity, owners of electric vehicles experience 79% more problems with their EVs compared to gas-powered cars. EV trouble spots include issues with charging, electric motors, and battery problems.
Our members are reporting the same issues with most EVs as they are with vehicles that have been designed brand new from the ground up, whether they're gas or electric. And EVs are about the newest technology out there. And it's taking a while even for established car makers to work through those growing pains.
But automakers seem to have worked out the growing pains for hybrid vehicles. Owners of hybrids say they've had 26% fewer problems on average than a gas-only car. And researchers found the type of vehicle you drive also matters. Sedans, along with hatchbacks and wagons, remain the most reliable vehicle types. Pickup trucks have been at the bottom of Consumer Reports reliability rankings for 7 of the past 8 years, with EV trucks coming in last this year. The survey found auto brands at the bottom of the reliability survey this year were Rivian, Mercedes-Benz, and Chrysler. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Let this be a reason to never buy a Tesla. We spend so much time at the charger, literally just being a big back, eating in the car while the car charges, because we spent hundreds of dollars installing the charger at the house, and then we moved, so we had to leave the charger. So now whoever rents the house gets a free freaking Tesla charger. And now we live in an apartment temporarily and have to charge the car every 2 days just for it to be parked at the apartment. We don't even use the car. So don't get a Tesla. Right? Don't get a Tesla.
Mm-hmm. This is the shitty thing they don't tell you about electric cars. When you want to go ahead and charge it, you have to wait at these public charging stations. They all don't actually charge at 350 kilowatts like this car is rated. This is the Ioniq 6. And you have to wait. And these cars are going to take a long time. We're just sitting here. We're behind an ID4 who needs to wait. And now we're just waiting in here. I don't know how long this is going to take to charge up the vehicle. But once I get plugged in, then I have to wait. And I'm not going to be able to charge this vehicle at 350 kilowatt hours. I can only charge it at 50 kilowatt hours because that's all these charging stations support. This is annoying. And this is why I don't think electric cars are ready for prime time yet. The infrastructure is just not there. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for, but it's going to be a while.
If you're thinking about getting an EV vehicle, let me sprinkle in a little bit of knowledge that you may not have considered. So if you get an EV vehicle and it's not a station at your home, you will have to charge at different locations, which is fine because like you go to a gas station, right? Well, let me tell you that each charging station company charges at a different kilowatt. So if you charge your EV vehicle at a charging station that is less than 11.5 or even at 11.5 kilowatt, prepare yourself mentally to have to charge for several hours in one setting in order to get a full charge. And then if you have toddlers or like kids in general that just don't want to sit down, you prepare yourself to have to go and get a station for your home, because like even though you're saving compared to like gas and electric, the fact that I have to sit for several hours in order to get a full charge, depending on the charging station, if it's not a super fast charger, you're going to be sitting several hours. If it's a supercharged station, you'll maybe charge for 30 minutes, but still, like, the difference that I've noticed from charging at like a regular gas station compared to a EV charging station, even though it's cheaper, you're paying with your time. Yeah. Get an EV station for at your house, because otherwise, mentally, time is money. So to have to sit in several locations and charge, especially if you're traveling out of town, can be a lot, especially if you're like, I think, like autistic or something like that, and you need something to like occupy yourself, or if you have kids that are. I love my vehicle, but I was not prepared. So I'm giving you the information that I have since I've had my EV vehicle for about a week or two. I'm giving you the information that I have so that you can learn from the mistakes I did. I love my EV, but I was not prepared to sit at any stations for 2 hours. Love you, bye.
Makes me hate this car. I regret this so much.
So PSA to all new EV owners, or if you're thinking about buying an EV, please do your research on your specific car or just EV charging in general. Now, I know the creator's video that I stitched wasn't specifically talking about charging in particular. It's kind of just a myriad of things with his EV. But a lot of people jump into the EV lifestyle and they're not ready for it. And I was one of those people. I bought an EV not knowing how to charge, where to charge, or anything really related to it. I saw a few chargers on my way home from work and figured I would just charge there. But it's a massive learning curve as far as understanding where you're going to charge, how you're going to charge, how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. I could go much deeper in depth as far as the research that you need to do. So if you guys want that, please let me know. I can make a whole video about charging. But as from someone who relies on public charging only, it's a learning curve, and that it's going to take a lot of understanding and patience, especially with public charging. Now, if you have somewhere to charge at home at night, you're good to go. And the charging aspect of an EV is probably going to fit perfect with your lifestyle. But if you're going to rely on public charging like myself and many other people that I know, please do your research.
Can we just talk about how horrible hybrid cars are? Like, they are the absolute worst. I've been seeing all these videos here on TikTok of these guys that are so thankful to be driving hybrid cars, and apparently it gets them 400 or 500 miles of range, and they don't have to wait in line at electric chargers to charge their EVs. Well, that's not a problem for Teslas, because Tesla superchargers are super fast, super reliable, and pretty cheap to use and charge your Tesla car. But back to hybrid cars. It's basically an ICE car, an internal combustion engine car, and it also has a tiny little battery that makes it kind of like an EV for a short period of time before it switches on to the ICE engine. So the amount of problems that can come with this are huge. You basically have anything that can break down with an ICE car and anything that can break down with an EV car all in one car. It's also very inefficient to build, not cost effective, expensive to build, expensive to sell, and expensive to maintain. So hybrid cars are not the best alternative for EVs. If anything, EVs have a lot less moving parts, especially with Teslas. They built it the best way, very, very efficient, very reliable, and they rarely break down like an ICE car does or like a hybrid car does. Another thing is, like, I saw this study and I'm going to put it up here because from memory, I'm pretty sure that a hybrid car is 69 times more likely to catch fire than an EV, and an ICE car is 25 more times likely to catch fire than an EV. So EVs are the safest, most reliable cars out there, and hybrids are the absolute worst. Press the plus sign and follow for more.
$105 a month for car insurance. Listen, I sell cars. I've been selling cars for almost 7 years now. So a lot of it I'm numb to. Car payments, numb to. Interest rates, I'm numb to. Credit scores, I'm numb to. But something I'll never get used to is these car insurance prices. Yesterday, I'm dealing with a client. We're looking at a car. She likes the car. She wants to buy the car. Car payments are okay. Approval's okay. But we called the insurance company, and when we got our first quote at $805 a month, the whole room gasped. I mean, the whole room. Myself, the finance manager, the client, all of our mouths dropped. Listen to this. The car that we were insuring was a 2022 Corolla. Just in case you were wondering, the insurance was well over the car payment, like it wasn't even close. After playing around with coverages, changing some deductibles, we were able to get that car insurance rate down to $691. But to anyone that's in the market to buy a new or even pre-owned car, I highly recommend getting an idea of what your car insurance is going to be before you walk into the dealership.
A lawyer told me a long time ago to never get Geico insurance. I've always steered clear of Geico Insurance Company. Right now, I currently have a Progressive insurance policy. I do not like Progressive insurance that much either. And I got Root insurance. And I've had Root insurance for years now. And I love Root. I love Root insurance. It's crazy because I know two people right now dealing with Geico Insurance Company. And I told them to switch to Root. Because Root insurance, all the other, like the playing around, the taking all this time to process claims, the lowballing and say, I'm not going to cover this and that. I know two people right now dealing with that. Two people right now dealing with that with Geico. Them trying to undercut them, not pay them, one person I know had a 1-day lapse in their policy because they changed their car and they've been on auto pay for over 20 years. Their current rate for 2 cars, full coverage, was $288. They tried to raise their policy amount to over $400 for a 1 day. Not even a full 24 hours. Okay. Root would never. Okay. Root would never. Geico Insurance Company is just horrible. I know another person dealing with it. They don't want to pay for one little thing that's only $250 after the other person is at fault and hit them. And this other person had Geico too. Come on now, you trying to fight somebody over, like, it's just Geico Insurance is horrible. And a lawyer told me this a long time ago to steer clear of Geico Insurance Company. Steer clear of Geico Insurance Company because they do not want to pay. They are trained and programmed to not pay claims.
Y'all, I'm sitting here so stressed out because, like, my insurance policy, you know how you got to renew it every 6 months, y'all. My renewal is January 1st, which means next month. And my insurance company, I have not ever gotten into a car accident. I have not ever got a ticket or anything like that. And my insurance, bro, they trying to bring my insurance up to $900 a month. Mind you, I was paying $370, y'all. Trying to figure out where $900 come from. So they said for the first month I gotta pay, for January I gotta pay $900, and then every month after that I had to pay almost $600. I'm not paying that on top of paying car note, y'all. Then I just got the phone with Allstate, y'all. Allstate said my insurance is gonna be $2,900 and something dollars. Is you fucking crazy? That's more than rent money. That's more than that's more than my rent. That's more than my car note. Is you freaking crazy? Just for insurance alone? And it's not like it's no extra things. They got the same thing that Geico is providing me with: compensation, collision, and all the roadside assistance and renters and the liability, all that is the same thing. What insurance company do y'all go with? 25, like under 25. I'm 23 years old and I'm trying to figure out what insurance company to go with. I done called everybody and everybody talking about more than 370 and it's ridiculous. Like, bro, I'll even pay 400, but I'm not paying no more than $400 for no insurance. Are you freaking crazy, bro?